In a city where dreams touched the sky, laughter filled every street. Something unexpected was about to awaken in the heart of the city. Children played in the park with ice cream carts and happy dogs. A young boy suddenly pointed toward the horizon with a confused look. He whispered, "Hey, why is the sun falling from the sky?" Boom! Flaming meteors streaked across the clouds, crashing into the city streets. Fire spread rapidly, consuming buildings and roads in a terrifying blaze. People screamed and ran for safety as the world turned into chaos. A man dropped his groceries, shouting, "This was not in the forecast." A lady grabbed her cat tightly, crying, "Muffins, you are coming with me!" The fire grew unnaturally fast, moving as if it were truly alive. From the largest crater, flames began to swirl upward into the air. They twisted and roared, forming a gigantic molten beast of pure magma. The creature let out a terrifying roar that shook the very foundations. Cars flipped over while buildings caught fire in the intense, searing heat. A brave firefighter sprayed water, but the flames simply absorbed the stream. The firefighter stood shocked, muttering, "Okay, that is definitely new." Suddenly, a blazing comet crashed down, shaking the earth with great force. Silence fell over the ruins as the dust began to settle slowly. A figure stood up from the flames, eyes glowing with inner light. This was Aetherion Blaze, and the fire bent toward him in respect. Aetherion looked at the beast, calm and slightly amused by the sight. He asked, "All right, who started the bonfire without inviting me to join?" The molten beast roared loudly and charged toward the mysterious new arrival. Aetherion cracked his knuckles, ready to face the massive, angry threat. He remarked, "Big, loud, and angry. Yeah, we are definitely fighting now." The beast hurled a massive fireball directly at the hero's chest. Aetherion casually raised his hand, absorbing the flames into his own body. He grinned at the beast and whispered, "That was cute." Epic music rose as Aetherion launched himself into the smoky air. He flew through waves of fire, moving with incredible speed and grace. Aetherion punched through the beast, causing explosions of flame to burst outward. The beast regenerated instantly, its magma body shifting back into shape. Aetherion frowned, thinking to himself, "Okay, that is not cute anymore." The beast stomped toward a hot dog stand, threatening the vendor's livelihood. The vendor screamed, "Not my business again! Ha!" In a fit of panic, Aetherion swooped in, grabbing the hot dog cart mid-air to save it. He told the vendor, "Relax, I have got this under control." Aetherion paused, looked at the cart, and asked, "Do you deliver?" The battle raged on as the hero prepared his next powerful strike. He channeled the energy of the city into a brilliant, blinding light. The beast recoiled, sensing the immense power radiating from the hero. Aetherion moved like a blur, striking at the core of the monster. Flames danced around his fists as he fought to save the city. The creature shrieked, its molten form beginning to crack and cool down. Aetherion landed firmly, his feet creating small craters in the pavement. He gathered the remaining fire into a small, harmless orb of light. The beast collapsed, turning into harmless, cooling rocks on the ground. The city fell silent once more, the threat finally neutralized by him. People emerged from their hiding spots, looking at the hero in awe. Aetherion dusted off his clothes, looking for a place to eat. He walked toward the vendor, who was still shaking from the encounter. The hero smiled warmly, offering a coin for a hot dog. The vendor handed over the food, grateful for the incredible rescue. Aetherion took a bite, nodding in approval of the delicious meal. He looked up at the sky, watching the clouds clear away slowly. The sun began to shine again, warming the streets of the city. Aetherion turned and walked away, disappearing into the bright, morning light. The city was safe, and the legend of the hero was born. Peace returned to the streets, and the dreams continued to touch sky. Aetherion hovered above the city, his eyes scanning the chaos of the relentless, unnatural flames. He noticed a rhythmic pulse within the beast, realizing the fire was being controlled from within. Aetherion whispered to himself, "That is not natural at all." Suddenly, a deep and echoing voice vibrated across the dark, smoke-filled sky. The voice of Gravemord Rex commanded, "Burn everything and become nothing." Aetherion narrowed his eyes, his resolve hardening against the dark entity's cold command. He decided it was time to change the strategy and dampen the beast's fiery reach. Aetherion rose high into the atmosphere, his silhouette stark against the glowing orange clouds. He focused his energy, drawing all the scattered flames toward his outstretched hands. Below, the citizens watched in absolute awe as the fire began to retreat. Aetherion gathered the inferno into a massive, swirling sphere of pure, contained heat. As the fire left the streets, the city began to cool down significantly. The beast roared, its power visibly waning as its fuel source was stripped away. Aetherion shouted to the heavens, Fire does not destroy, it protects. With a powerful thrust, he hurled the blazing sphere directly into the beast's core. The impact was instantaneous, triggering a blinding flash that consumed the sky. A massive explosion rocked the horizon, shattering the beast into harmless, fading sparks. The monster dissolved into nothingness, leaving behind a profound and sudden silence. Cool, refreshing air finally swept through the streets, replacing the suffocating heat. People slowly emerged from their hiding spots, blinking in the newfound clarity. A small child walked up to Aetherion, looking at him with wide, curious eyes. The child asked, "Are you a superhero?" Aetherion knelt down and offered a gentle, reassuring smile. He replied, "I am just someone who does not like uninvited fire." Suddenly, the local hot dog vendor rushed over, waving his arms in excitement. The vendor cheered, "You saved my cart! You get free hot dogs for life!" Aetherion paused for a moment, considering the generous offer with a grin. He laughed. "Now that is what I call true heroism." High above the atmosphere, in the cold void of space, a massive shadow loomed. Grave-Mord Rex watched from the darkness, his eyes glowing with a sinister light. The entity muttered, "One spark has finally awakened," the narrator's voice echoed. The fire that threatened to destroy became the force that saved. But this victory was merely the beginning of a much larger conflict. The moral of the story is clear to all who witnessed the event. Power is never about destruction. It is about control and having a noble purpose. Aetherion looked toward the stars, ready for whatever challenge would come next. The city began to rebuild, forever changed by the hero who tamed the flames. Every citizen felt a sense of peace, knowing they were protected by his strength. The vendor served his first free hot dog, a symbol of gratitude and community. Aetherion stood as a guardian, his presence a beacon of hope for the future. The remnants of the beast's energy flickered one last time before vanishing completely. He knew the shadow in space would return to test his resolve again, but for now, the city was safe, and the air remained cool and calm. The child waved goodbye, inspired by the man who turned fire into a shield. Aetherion nodded, his heart filled with the weight of his responsibility. He prepared to patrol the skies, ever vigilant against the darkness. The stars seemed to shine a little brighter in the wake of the battle. He felt the pulse of the world, a rhythm he was sworn to protect. No fire would ever burn this city again without his permission. The legend of the fire tamer began to spread through every neighborhood. Aetherion took flight, disappearing into the clouds to watch over the night. The world slept soundly, unaware of the cosmic eyes watching from above. But the hero was ready, his hands glowing with a soft, controlled light. He was the balance between the chaos of nature and the safety of humanity. His journey was just starting, and he would not falter now. The legacy of the blaze would be one of courage and wisdom. With a final look at the peaceful city, he ascended higher. The universe held its breath, waiting for the next chapter to unfold. Aetherion was the spark that would eventually light the way for all. The story of the hero and the fire had only just begun.